Hello people. I really want to talk about how veterinarians are greedy and evil, and I want to talk about that topic. You know, if you put your cat, your dog, your horse, your cow, your ferret, your hamster, or whatever in the vet, right? You put it in the vet clinic, right? To get its life saved, right? And you get one of the most heart-wrenching phone calls you never want to get. We have to put your pet to sleep. You never want to hear that phone call. You never want to hear that phone call. And where I'm getting at this, you know, the thing is, right, why do we have to pay a bill when you didn't, preserve our pet's life? Why do we have to pay for the heartache? That's the thing I don't understand with these vet clinics these days, and you especially have to pay for the stuff to put them to sleep. And I find that pretty damn disgusting too. You have to pay for that too, and pay for all the medical care and everything else, and when they didn't preserve life. Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense. Why do I have to pay something when you didn't done your job? When you meant to preserve life, You're meant to preserve life. Is that right? And if you didn't done your job properly, right, well, preserving the life you have in your care, and you give a person the most heart-wrenching phone call and saying we have to put your pet to sleep, your fur baby to sleep, why do we have to pay for it? Why? I don't understand, and I find it very greedy, and I find it, in a way, it's like yous are actually scamming money off us. And it's quite stupid. It's stupid. And I find it barbaric. Like, we have to still be left with the heartache and the bill in the same time. It should be a law, it should be a law, like, where you don't say if you didn't preserve the life of an animal, right, and haven't saved its life, we don't have to pay. If you give us a phone call, we have to put our pet to sleep, we don't have to pay. Seriously, we don't have to. And I find it very disgusting how you are scamming people out of their fucking money. And I find it very evil and sadistic about it. I find it very evil. And I went through the same shit with my cat. I had to put my cat to sleep. They could have saved its life. That's where money comes into it. If you have the money, you could save your animal. This is where rich people get away with everything. They get away with everything. They got more privilege and middle class than the poor people, of society these days. And I find it really disgusting. Like, if you don't have the money to save your pet, if you don't have the money, if you don't have the money to save your pet's life, they get put to sleep. So this is where rich people get away with a lot of things, and poor people and middle class people, can't. And I find it really disgusting, how you get that phone call and you have to put your cat or your dog, your horse, or your guinea pig, whatever, to sleep, you have to pay the heartache. And I find it really disgusting you have to pay that. And there should be a law about that, you know. If you didn't preserve the life of an animal in your facility, the person who brought the animal in, they don't have to pay. If you didn't preserve the life of an animal, we don't have to pay. We don't have to pay anything because you didn't done your job. You didn't preserve my cat's life or someone's dog's life or someone's horse life and anything else. You know, why do we have to pay that? I find it very, very, very barbaric, you know? And I find veterinarians all through Australia, and I'm talking to all you veterinarians all through Australia, you know, yous are greedy and evil. Greedy and evil. Like, why do we have to pay when you didn't preserve life? It should be a law, you know? It should be a law about that, you know? If you didn't preserve the animal's life and if you give the person a call, you know, you have to put your pet to sleep. You know, we don't have to pay. We don't. And we especially don't have to pay for the poison to put our animal to sleep. And I find it very barbaric. Really barbaric. We have to pay practically everything. All the resources you meant to save our pet's life when you didn't really did anything. And I'm saying this for all people, for all pet owners, all for Australia, you know. We don't have to pay their bill when they don't preserve life, when they didn't preserve the life, and when they give us that phone call, you have to put your animal to sleep. And there should be a law for that where we don't have to pay that. If you didn't preserve our pet's life and we had to put it to sleep, why do we have to pay? Pay for the heartache and pay for... And the thing is, if they did saved our pet's life, we pay it. Happy is free. You know, we pay for it. And we pay it like $20 a week or fortnight, whatever. Like if we got the phone call, we have to put our animal to sleep, right? We don't have to pay. We don't. We don't have to pay for all the heartache and everything else. And you know the thing is, we're going to be crying, putting our animal to sleep, and not just that too. And on top of that, we have to pay the bill. And I find it very evil, veterinarians, how you treat people. I find it very evil how you treat people. You know, how you go on with your days, you know, bleeding people's money dry, you know, every day. And I find it very disgusting. Shame on yous.